What up, y'all? It's the best weekend in sports for the year. I'd say this goes up there with the first weekend in May, where you have usually a big boxing match because it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. Then you have Game 7 weekend of the first round of the NBA playoffs in May, and then also you have the Kentucky Derby. So I think this is another great weekend in sports. It's Wildcard weekend. I love Wildcard weekend, and we are here to talk about the Sunday slate. Kick us off.
All right, Broncos versus the Bills is our first matchup. This one's kind of obvious. Bills win 31-15. Bo Nix has zero playoff experience, and he's going into Buffalo. This will not end well for our fellow rookie here, but this game will be the reason why the Broncos and Bo Nix are going to be here for a while. I said that first. The Bills are 9-point favorites.
I said that first. Book it. Broncos are going to be good. This is not a fluke.
Broncos will be a problem in the AFC for a while after this game. Bills are 9-point favorites. Bills rested their the Bills rested their starters against the Patriots the whole game, except for one drive. While the Broncos didn't really rest their starters because they needed to win. By the way, that was BS. The Chiefs did everything they could to not let the Cincinnati Bengals into the playoffs. They're like, let's not score any touchdowns. If we got to kick it, let's just go for it.
Yeah, I was very surprised that you chose the Chiefs to
win. I just thought,
don't ever put faith in Carson Wentz.
Anyway.
He threw for 93 yards. 93 yards, dude. Tanner McKee's a better quarterback than him. Go on, though.
So, Bills rested their all starters while the Broncos didn't fully rest their all starters. Yes, they won 38-0. And they have to travel from Colorado for this game. It's a time zone change. That's why I say the travel part. This is a game most of America will not be watching unless you are a Broncos country or a Bills Mafia member. Like I said, better to have Cincinnati, so this game would give the NFL a lot more rating. But this game is not going to be that, and honestly, no one's going to be tuning in unless you're a fan of these two teams. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right.
So that's just me personally. Packers versus Eagles. Okay, I tried to find something to where I could pick the Packers to win this game so I could have a split with him for our little in-house bet going on. But I just couldn't find anything. At zero, the Packers are toast. Done. Eagles win 26-19. Packers can't stop the run. Saquon is very well rested. The whole offense is, actually. Yeah. While the Packers lost Watson to an ACL injury, Jordan Love has a hurt throwing elbow from the Bears game. Alexander is still on IR. They have 7 players questionable for this game, including Quay Walker, which is pretty big if you don't have him. They lost 3 of their last 5 games to close out the season. There's nothing here that tells me the Packers are able to walk into Lincoln Financial Field and beat this rested Eagles team.
I agree.
There's just nothing. Why I have it close is because the Eagles beat themselves up with their play calling. It happens every single playoffs, no matter what. Something they call a quarterback draw on 3rd and 8. I'm not trying to be mean here or a negative. I'm being honest. They shoot themselves in the foot with their play calling. They overthink it.
Sirianni was horrible, but we got Kellen Moore now.
And I hope that changes, and I hope you guys blow out the Packers straight up. So there's nothing that tells me the Packers will win. If the Packers were fully healthy, I would consider an upset. Consider it. Not saying upset, but consider it more. Too many pieces are missing, possibly more as the game gets closer. The team looks to be in shambles, and Eagles survive round 1. They go into round 2. So that's what I have for that.
What's the score that they
26-19.
Okay.
So, like I said, I think the play calling is going to be a problem because Nick Sirianni gets in his own way.
Understood.
And I'm just being honest about that. And we see it all the time.
trust.
So Kellen Moore needs to tell Sirianni to shut up because if they let this team stick around, they could. Josh Jacobs could happen, is what I'm going to put it as. Yes, you guys have a great run defense, but Josh Jacobs could happen if they let him stick around. So you guys need to pull away. Commanders versus Bucks. This is going to be our deciding factor. I feel like I already know he picked the Commanders to win. Bucks win 29-24. I will be at this game with our good friend Christian and his Cowboys cousin. I think this game is all about playoff experience. Yes, the Commanders are better than week 1. Yes, the Bucks have been playing sloppy, but when it comes to playoff time, it's all about experience. Not saying the Commanders don't deserve to win or can't win. I see this going any way, actually. That Commanders defense is actually pretty well experienced. I can't lie. The Bucks are 3-point favorites. Okay, home field is worth 3 points, so like EJ said, 6 points is the realistic here. Reason for that, they aren't rested like the Commanders are.
No. I mean, yes, you can say that. You can say it's 6 points, or you can say they're just given 3 points and it's a toss-up. It's whichever one you want to say. Go on.
Todd Bowles knows how to get it done at home in the playoffs. He proved it last year. EJ was there for that. The Bucks went 5-4 at home, and the Commanders went 5-3 on the road. With that being said, experience is everything, and JD has no playoff experience, especially the amount that Baker Mayfield has from last season just alone. He went into Detroit and in the playoffs and lost, but he almost beat them, and we watched that game all together at Ale House. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. It's going to be back and forth, and it's going to be one mistake is going to cost one of them. That's just the way I see it going. Washington can definitely upset and win. They could definitely win this game. And if Baker plays the way he did the last playoffs, keep in mind he had 4 touchdowns in week 1 versus Commanders defense when they were at full strength, when everybody was at full strength. Bucks should win. That's it.
All right. So I'm going to start from the bottom here and go up, and we're going to start with the Commanders at Bucks. I am disagreeing with Seb, and I have the Commanders winning this game 28-27. All right? They're going to win this game by 1, so you guys are in for a treat. Yeah. Y'all are in for a treat. A high-scoring affair, too. It's always high-scoring in the Bucs Stadium. The Bucs went the last 3 games without getting a turnover on defense. They played Cooper Rush, Bryce Young, and Spencer Rattler.
That's what I meant by playing sloppy.
They also, they have been playing sloppy, but the Commanders have been playing sloppy too. They should not have beaten the Eagles, but they did with Kenny Pickett. Okay. And then they also barely snuck past the Cowboys. Yes, they rested a decent amount of players, but they also, I'm pretty sure Jalen Daniels did play that game. They just, both these teams, man, they squeak by when they win games. Yes, the Bucs beat the crap out of the Chargers, which was very, very, very shocking to me.
In LA.
Yeah, in LA. Also, we have Lattimore versus Evans.
Yeah, I know.
Evans is very, very. If you saw his press game conference. That's what it is.
Post game conference.
His press conference. You would have saw that he said, "I'm going to the casino. All right, I'm going to have some fun with my family." Okay, he's very happy he got that 11th straight season with 1,000 yards. Okay,
he's trying to take his mind.
He just made $3 million. Yeah. All right, he's riding high. They just beat the Saints in very unconvincing fashion. They were down in the fourth quarter of that game.
To Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. Who's not good at all, who just lost 34-0 at Green Bay, okay? After saying he's doing the quarterback meetings in ice plunge or in a freezer. Like, come on, dude. And speaking of ice plunge, okay, we're keeping our record for the playoffs, and the loser has to take an ice bath, all right? Either completely naked, okay, but we'll do it to underwear, all right?
Yeah, not completely, like, bare skin naked.
But either loser has to take an ice bath in the thong, all right?
No, whoa. This is not what we agreed on.
Loser has to take an ice bath while the winner has to ask them 20 questions, and they can't get out until those 20 questions are answered. Comment down below which one you want. Thong or 20 questions?
The thong is not going to happen. That is not happening. If
I lose, I'll wear a thong. I got one.
I'm not wearing.
I look good in one.
What?
You know I got one.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I wore it for my 21st birthday. I look good in one, okay?
I have
Viewers,
bikini model.
it's okay. All right? I know I look like a Greek god, but it's okay. All right? I'm going to look real good in that ice bath. So,
Oh, so you're saying that you're going to lose. All right, bet.
I don't think I'm going to lose, but I might just
I think the breaking
rip off
factor.
the cloth.
I really think the breaking factor is going to be this Bucks and Commanders.
This game and the Chargers Texans.
No, Yeah.
Yeah. So Lattimore versus Evans. I think Lattimore is going to take Evans off of his game, and I also think trusting a rookie QB in the first career playoff game on the road is very hard to do. So I can 100% see the Bucs winning this game. Like I said, 27-28, Commanders. But there's no Chris Godwin. And
That sucks.
in the first game, Jaden Daniels had 185 yards and no passing touchdowns. All right? The Commanders do have a 5-4 record on the road, so they are positive on the road, playing this Bucs team who is very good at home, and they're winners 6 of their last 7 games. But they didn't play good teams. They barely lost to the 49ers 23-20. They lost to the Cowboys. They beat the Raiders, the Panthers.
I thought Commanders have a
Panthers.
5-3 record on the road.
Oh, it might be 5-3. They have 5 wins on the road.
Yes.
Okay. Either way, they have 5 wins on the road. They're positive on the road. I think they're going to beat this Bucs team. I think Jaden Daniels has that it factor. 185 yards, 0 touchdowns. He is far from that. He's improved. That was 17 weeks ago. That was 4 months ago. It's now 2025. He's leaving that back in 2024. I got the Commanders winning this game. Now, for my Packers at Eagles. The Eagles were up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Okay? Yes, it was 29-34.
Play calling.
Somewhat close. Yes, it was playing calling. But mind you, we didn't score on our first 2 drives. Our first drive of the game, Jalen Hurts threw an interception that started the Packers' drive,
First drive
in the red zone.
of the season.
Of the season. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It was an interception, but it says a lot about his character to bounce back from that. All right?
I've gained a lot more respect for him since the last season.
Good. I appreciate that because he constantly is facing adversity. We didn't score our first 2 drives. Like I said, we threw an interception that put the Packers in the red zone. We held them to a field goal. Okay? Another thing is Jalen Hurts threw an interception in the red zone in the second half. Okay? So those are 2 costly turnovers, and that takes points off the board for the red zone interception, and it puts points on the board for the other team. Okay? So that's a 14, 10-point swing right there for the Packers, and we still won by 5 points. No Christian Watson. He tore his ACL, like Seb said. Love got hurt. Love hurt his throwing elbow, okay, but is playing. My bold prediction, I have one, is Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown.
I was going to say...
It's minus 180. He had 3 last game and 132 scrimmage yards. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery cooked this team 2 times.
What my bold prediction would be, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think my bold prediction for this game would be Josh Jacobs' first touchdown.
So you think the Packers are going to score first?
I think Packers scoring first because that's what people least expect to happen. The Packers come in there all hurt, all banged up, and they drive down the field and score. But that's going to be the only good thing for them in this game is they score first, then the Eagles just take over.
I think the Eagles take over. They can't stop. The Packers can't stop a high-powered rushing offense as they lost to the Lions twice and got 30 dropped on them both games. And then they lost to the Eagles and they got 30 dropped on those 3 games. They got 30 points dropped on them by teams that run the ball and are high-powered offenses.
Okay.
Now, takes us to the Bills and Broncos game, the last AFC game. I got the Bills win this game 31-20. I felt maybe a little bit of an upset with the Broncos, but it's not going to happen. Okay, Sean Payton against Josh Allen. I like that matchup for the Broncos. I do, but I don't think the Broncos are going to win this game. I looked into it. The Bills are 8.5-point favorites at home versus a rookie quarterback. Okay, the Bills are also 8-0 at home, and the Broncos are 4-5 on the road. All right, so you have an undefeated team at home versus a under 500 team on the road. The Bills just lost after resting their starters. Broncos just won 38-0. So the Broncos peaked. They made the playoffs with their rookie quarterback. They won 38-0 against the Chiefs.
We get it. We get it. We get it.
I had to mention that. I hate Carson Wentz, and I hate that this man took him. Okay? I understand you were pulling for the Bengals to make the playoffs. It was very bold. You're absolutely right. It was bold.
I thought the NFL would look at it from like a business like standpoint. You know? Like, would you rather
By the way, I went 2-0 last week. We don't want to mention that. JK got over 60 and Mike Evans got over 80.
Congrats. When I went 2-0 when the Commanders,
you got to mention that.
You're absolutely right. Well, what I was going to say is I think if the Bengals would have made the playoffs and played the Bills, that would be at night, and the Bucks game would have been flexed to 1 o'clock. That's what I think. And I'm not saying the Bucks versus Commanders
you can
game.
See that.
I'm not saying the Bucks versus Commanders game is a bad game, but it's the best game out of these three.
Yes.
Because those two are one-sided since rookie quarterback, and then you got to really make the Packers
seed
team
playing the lowest seed.
Yes.
They're both the 2 seed playing the 7 seed.
Yes. So that's what I have it there. But I think the NFL would have made so much more money if the Bills would have played the Bengals on Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been bonkers. Ratings out the roof. Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow in Buffalo. Who wouldn't want to see that? So I'm kind of disappointed that the Chiefs, strategy. Great strategy. Just score 0 points. So we don't have to see. Because they felt like if we see the Bengals in the playoffs, we might lose. They actually, how
they don't want to see Joe Burrow. It's close every time they
don't want to see Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow has won in Arrowhead. They call it live Burrowhead. He's won there multiple times, and the Chiefs know that. So great job for the Chiefs to play it smart, but I think it's BS because you're losing NFL ratings for Wildcard. Well, not too much, maybe 2%, but still.
I think it's smart on the Chiefs' end. I would keep them out of the playoffs. But either way, the Broncos, this team is riding high and has exceeded expectations. They have no running game to keep the ball away from MVP favorite Josh Allen. Bills win this game 31-20. There's not much to it. Oh, you can take the Broncos spread. They're -9. They're plus 9.5, and they're the best AFC team in the NFL against the spread this year. With the Chargers, they're 12-5 against the spread. If you want to take the Broncos against the spread, go ahead.
I respect that.
I think it's a good pick.
I respect that. Well, anyways, keep track of our score. Whatever pictures I put out there for y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. But keep track of our score after. You guys will see a score after the Saturday episode because obviously we'll be 2-2. Maybe. Well, no, we can't be 2-2. Someone's gonna have the lead after. So someone's gonna have the lead in this episode here. And who's it going to be?
It's definitely me.
All up to the Texans. No,
I think I'm going undefeated. Chargers are going to win.
You're going undefeated.
And the Commanders are going to
Remember last playoffs, I only got 2 games wrong the whole playoffs? The Super Bowl was one of them. Super Bowl pick was one of them.
That's what matters.
Jesus.
I knew the Chiefs were going to win that Super Bowl. I swore by it.
He's selfish. He kept his parlays to himself. He won over.
Bro, you chose the Niners. So either way, our parlays weren't.
It would have been nice to tell us, guys.
The best bet was
the overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it would have been nice. Hey guys, you guys should take the over on the overtime. that would have been nice
I did say yes. It was going overtime, and that was big. I liked that a lot.
I'll keep that in mind. We'll see you guys next week for divisional week, right?
No, we got one more. We got to see him Monday night.
Shit. We'll see you guys Vikings. Monday night, Rams, Vikings. Who has a date with, we don't know
yet because it recedes.
Well, the Rams are heavily favored in that game. Let's just put it that way. So, I'll see y'all.
Peace.